Good evening to one and all. On behalf of Department of Pharmacology, Faculty of Pharmacy, M.S. Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences, I, Hajira Banu, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, extends a warm welcome to all of you for the webinar. As we know, artificial intelligence is being used in so many amazing ways in every areas of our lives, be it reading our emails, getting driving directions, or even to get music or movie recommendations. In recent years, scientists have made huge advancement in artificial intelligence, allowing us to accomplish more in less time. Similarly, these days, artificial intelligence is being explored for its potential use in solving problems related to healthcare, like drug discovery, diagnosis of the disease, and even finding right treatment for the diseases. Hence, it is becoming an essential part of pharmacy education and research. With this brief introduction, I would like to welcome you all again to our webinar, Artificial Intelligence in Pharmacy Education and Research, a New Paradigm Shift. It is my privilege to introduce to you our eminent speaker, Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed. Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed is presently working as an associate professor at Crescent School of Pharmacy, B.S.Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Vandalur, Chennai. He completed his B.Pharm and M.Pharm from the Tamil Nadu Dr. M.G.R. Medical University. He obtained his Ph.D. in Pharmacy from Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, Jadavpur University, Kolkata. Further, he pursued his postdoctoral research from Department of Pharmacology, National University of Singapore. Dr. Nazeer is a recipient of many academic and research awards, including Best Outstanding Postgraduate Student Award from JSS College of Pharmacy, Manjushri Pal Oration Award from Jadavpur University, International Brain Research Organization Asia Pacific Research Committee grant, and International Travel Grant for Young Scientist from Indian Council of Medical Research, New Delhi, for presenting his postdoctoral research work in Society of Neurosciences, Washington, D.C., USA. Dr. Nazeer's research interest includes screening of small molecules for ethnomedicine for preclinical models of stroke and oxidative stress. He has published more than 30 international and 5 national research articles, and he has presented more than 5 international and 8 national scientific presentations. He has also been actively involved in community service like Dana Foundations, Washington, USA, Makna Foundations for Cancer Patients, and National Kidney Foundation, Kuala Lumpur. With this brief introduction, I would like to welcome Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed to take this session ahead. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Hajira Banu. Am I audible to you guys? Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you're audible. You can proceed.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Hajira Banu, for the wonderful introduction. And I would like to thank Professor Anbu Jayaraman for inviting me to this webinar. And also, I would like to thank Damodar and his colleague, his team members, particularly Damodar Nayak, Hajira Banu, and Mrs. Sathiya Krishnaraj and Mrs. Gouri Nair for the entire team, right, for the invitation. Also, my special thanks to the Dean Faculty of Pharmacy, M.S. Ramaiah University, Professor Madhavan sir. With this small introduction, I think it's a time to begin our talk today. So my talk today is, let me share my screen first.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Can you able to see?
Yeah, visible.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much. Okay, today I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence in pharmacy education and research, a new paradigm shift. My name is Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed. Currently, I'm working as associate professor from Crescent School of Pharmacy, B.S.Abdur Rahman Institute of Science and Technology. Okay, before getting into our business, these are all my contents of today's speech. I hear that many pharmacy students are registered for this webinar. So in the top line, I will talk about AI insights, and I will touch evolution and revolution in our Indian education landscape. And this will give you a very clear idea how we are going to adapt in our pharmacy education in ages of artificial intelligence. Then in the bottom line, I will present the facts and figures, which are all already published data. So that is going to align with my topic title, right? I hope this sounds good to everyone. What do you see from this picture? Actually, it is a technological hype in artificial intelligence. We all have heard about them at some incidents. Artificial intelligence is this, artificial intelligence is that, artificial intelligence is in future. And I'm sure many of you have heard that one day artificial intelligence would take over humans. But this is a very common misconception. Let's see why it's so. Right? Before we talk about how artificial intelligence advances pharmaceutical education and research, let us first understand how artificial intelligence works. Artificial intelligence basically mimics a human thoughts processing using some logic or algorithm. With this artificial architecture, it is designed to enhance human intelligence rather than replacing them. So just I want to highlight here, so no one is in future, humans are not going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. So I'll clarify these aspects in upcoming slides. In simplified terms, artificial intelligence captures a large set of data and analyze the data and builds a model and undertakes an action. So this is how the entire the idea of artificial intelligence, how it works. So this three processes model, capturing the data, build a model, and undertakes an action, so which is necessary to satisfy the human needs. You may feel that these terms are new and complex, but however, without our knowledge, we have been using this technology in our day-to-day life. Let me put you a very good example here. Look at these two technologies are great examples of artificial intelligence. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this technology. For example, let's say we ask Siri to send a message to a friend or your girlfriend or a boyfriend. So to do that, we call Siri, then we tell the Siri, hey Siri, send a message to my friend, isn't it? So now what Siri does is first capture a data. So in this case, Siri capture our voice and then our comment. Then it analyze the data and take the necessary action which is required. So then Siri builds a model and then sends a message to our friend or our parents, something like that. So if see, it is a fascinating to realize that how it happens under 1 second or 2 seconds, right? So this is a technology actually all about artificial intelligence technology. So the same thing as I have given on the right side, how Google assistants, when you see, hey Google, can you help me? Can you help me for something? Definitely Google assistant will help you. For example, if you want me to write your scientific article, definitely he will help out to write a scientific article. So this is how AI, artificial intelligence, assist everyone. So now we are going to see an interesting case where AI actually transformed a person. Please watch this video.
아저씨 어디도요?
안녕하십니까? 청각장애인 기사님이 운행하는 택시입니다.
그냥 저 내릴게요.
바빠 죽겠네. 아저씨, 아저씨 택시 운전해도 되는 거예요?
아빠는 운전을 정말 잘하세요. 본인의 장애를 아시기 때문에 남보다 몇 배는 더 집중해서 운전하시거든요.
안녕하십니까? 청각장애인
잠실역으로
기사님이
갑시다.
운행하는 택시입니다.
그러다 보니 운전은 늘 긴장 상태일 수밖에 없었어요. 항상 조심하시지만 가끔은 제때 소리를 못 들어서 오해가 생길 때도 있었고요.
청각장애인 분들이 상대적으로 시각과 촉각이 굉장히 예민하십니다. 이에 착안해서 운전 중 듣게 되는 모든 소리의 패턴을 인공지능으로 분류하고 구분해 운전대 LED와 허드 픽토그램으로 전달하는 것이 이번 기술의 핵심입니다. 도로 위 장애물과의 거리 또한 센서를 통해 자동 감지, 먼 거리는 길게, 가까운 거리는 짧은 진동으로 변환해 전달합니다.
안녕하세요.
청각장애인 기사님이 운행하는 택시입니다.
공덕역.
운행을 시작합니다.
감사합니다.
전방 200m 앞 좌회전입니다. 아빠, 저기 불 들어와.
네. 처음에 청각장애인이라고 하셔가지고 조금 불안했는데 운전 너무 잘하시던데요. 또 엄청 안전하게 해주신다고 해야 되나? 그래가지고 목적지까지 너무 안전하게 잘 온 것 같아요.
안녕하십니까? 청각장애인 기사님이 운행하는 택시입니다. 운행을 시작합니다. 안전하게 안전벨트를 착용해주세요.
Okay, that's right. That was an interesting video we have seen. What we can clearly come to the conclusion that with the help of AI, am I audible to you guys? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Oh, sure. Thank you. With the help of this artificial intelligence, this person would have been struggling, without help of this artificial, would have been struggling to earn. But invention of artificial intelligence has completely transformed a person's life. That's we have seen very clearly from this video. I play this video to enforce the idea that AI is designed to assist humans, but not to dominate or not to overtake us. So this is a clear point I want to say today. Then moving on to next slide, I will spend a little bit about in this slide higher education landscape with special reference to our Indian higher education landscape from evolution to revolution. Our Indian higher education roadmap has a very long history. No one can deny the fact. So our yearly practice was Gurukulam or Gurukul in Hindi, where the Guru is centered and slowly, right, this Gurukulam practice was revolved into classroom practices, where actually same guru or teacher or lecturer or professor is centered. So as you can see here, in both practices, there were no technologies used in those days. As like now, we are recently using many technologies. Then what happened was, in the roadmap has become a little bit deviated from conventional practice to technology-driven practice. Then we have slowly in our higher education system, we have introduced new technologies in our classroom practice. So something like, for example, smart classrooms or smart board, these are all introduced in our Indian education landscape. So, but right now, what we are using is completely different, right? Now we are actually practicing virtual learning classrooms due to COVID pandemic 19. So completely a different practice. You would have not imagined about this earlier. After March, right? So everyone requested to stay at home, then teach from home. So from that point of view, right, we have been starting or we have been adapting new technology with Google Talk or Zoom in something like new platforms. So this is what rightly we are practicing is, I don't want to comment on the last picture. So the picture is self-explanatory what we are doing it. So please, students who are all stay tuned in this platform, don't get offended with me. I'm just kidding, right? So as you can see here, in terms of different criteria, our higher education criteria, starting from approach to use of technology in the past, obviously we didn't use any technology, right, in education. And the learning method was face-to-face. So direct contact with the students. Then the approach was teacher-centered. But now when you compare this past education criteria with the present, now completely student-centered. We should focus on, every lecturer now practicing higher education should focus on student-centered. And we are opting, the learning method as a blended learning method. I'm sure everyone aware of this blended learning method. So we opt face-to-face as well as e-learning method. Then the knowledge is transferred to the student as outcome-based education or outcome-based knowledge, right? So recently we are using various technologies, including e-learning. But if you look at the future, how future it's going to be, whether it's the same, represent the present education criteria, or it's going to change. To answer the question, right, the future education is going to be different because we are going to use various technological tools in our classroom settings. So the approach is, it's going to transfer from student-centered to creative or innovation-centered. The blended is, as such, blended will be there. Then we are going to opt, tailor-made teaching or learning methods. This is very important, where actually we can chip in artificial intelligence in tailor-made learning methods. Again, the knowledge, if you look at the knowledge transfer from OBE as such will be there. There will not be change, but there will be a change in value-based knowledge. So It's certainly true that we are going to use various technological tools, especially artificial intelligence enabled technological tools. So I think it is safe to say that with the help of artificial intelligence, education in the future will be more towards creative innovation using creative tools in a diverse and interactive learning environment. So why all these changes? Because this structure enable more number of pharmacy students to be creative and innovative entrepreneurs. So because of the nature of the 4.0 education or future education, uh, the future education learners will be smart learners who will opt all type of artificial intelligence enabled tools in their daily learning and teaching practice. So as you can see here, unlike generation Z learners, the generation Z learners are who born in between the year 1996 to 2010, they are digitalized learners, but they were opted technology in learning. This technology of learning is called Edu 2 and Edu 3. So future learners is completely different than now. Right now we are handling with the students. The future generations are generation Z alpha learners. Those students, they are going to born in between the year 2011 to 2025. So they are actually a smart learners, right? And they are going to become a most educated generation, right? And definitely they are going to opt various artificial enabled or embedded technology like Internet of Things or virtual learning technology in their learning practice. Coming to next slides, we should not forget our milestones. So as a pharmacy educators or a pharmacy teachers, so we are all from generation X or Y, right? We actually, our learning practice is entirely different. I hope everybody, every lecturers are present in this webinar would agree with my statement. So we are learned from the education one, right? Our education practice, learning practice is completely different from right now the kids are learning. So we have the one, pharmacy educators. I should proudly say that we have seen the very big gap or transition of analog to digital. And we are also very well equipped with education 2 teaching tools. So this education 2 teaching tools enable us to teach the future generation or generation Z learners. So right now we are adapting face-to-face e-learning environment, also known as blended learning. What currently we are practicing it. We are sitting in your home, then we are sending a link to the students so that students can join the link. So from our home, right, we can teach our students. So in future, we are going to be a mentors. There's no doubt in that for the next generation kids. So those generation kids, I have already explained you, generation Z alpha kids. So the now question is, are we ready to adapt the future technology of artificial intelligence? As educator, as a pharmacy educators, are we ready? Okay, before getting into future upcoming slides, just I would like to request all the faculty members who are all here can cast the vote on this question. I would advise all the faculty members log into this www.menti.com in a separate page. Just open the separate browser page. Then you log into this menti.com. Then they'll ask you to put this code. Use this code 760-6674, right? Can you do it now? Yeah, please log into the page menti.com. Only faculty members, not students. I request all the faculty.
Yes, sir, we are joining.
Okay, thank you. Then use this code 760-6674. Then you can see the question over there and you can answer your code.
Yeah.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's do it. We'll give you time to. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Sir, could you give the code one more time? Okay, sir.
760. Can you able to see the my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir. We can see the
We
screen.
can see the screen, sir.
Yeah, there's a code, numerical code, 7606674. But no one has, so totally 8, right? 8 has been. Okay, so sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So 10 participants are saying agree to my statement. Technology driven education is future, edutech, which is going to impact. That's not bad, but I would expect a more number of voting, right? Anyway, that's good. Most of them agree with my statement. None of them are disagree with the statement. Right, back to business. Okay, whether you would agree or disagree, the technological advancement made by human is inevitable. So to cope up with the students, especially the future students, students' mode of education, as we pharmacy educators also have to themselves to match with the students' intellectual. So that's what I have posted the questions, and then everybody would agree my point of view. That's good. Now I'm going to present some facts. So, and figures, these are all already published in various peer-reviewed journals. And this report is a World Economic Forum report. According to the World Economic Forum survey conducted in top 800 tech experts around the world. So regarding technology tipping points expected to occur in the year 2020, that is after 5 years. So interestingly, you can see here, 86.5% of the respondents.
Nazeer sir, you are supposed to switch the window. It is still in the menti.com window.
Oh, is it?
I'm unable to see your presentation.
Oh, sorry. One second. Yeah, maybe I think from here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now it's okay, right? Yeah, okay.
Right.
So this is actually a World Economic Forum report published in the year 2015. So actually, if you look at this, survey report published by WEF, 800 technology executives and experts were asked to vote for various technological tipping, which is going to occur in the year 2025. And the second vote was given by the technological expert for the first robotic pharmacist in the US, right? See, so this is very interesting figures, right? So this practice is, according to this report, this practice is not far away from us. This is another 5 years. We can expect robotic assistance in pharmacy practice setup in the US or developing countries. Developed countries. To put that perspective, 5 years ago, automated unit dose dispensings are in place, especially UK, US, all developed countries, including Gulf countries. But now, if you see, it is slowly replaced by robotic dispensing unit, right? So this is a reality again. So why I'm saying here is we are not far away from technological breakthrough or AI-driven technology. So we have to get ready for this AI-driven technology. So my next slide is an article, is in a very good article which I've recently found. This article is published by Chow et al. In the year 2018 in the Journal of Association of School of Pharmacy. So Dr. Chow and his colleague submitted a conceptual framework to synchronizing the Asian pharmacy curriculum in the ages of artificial intelligence. So according to his intensity and his co-worker intensity, the experts, actually this was a forum held in, Asian forum held in Macau University in China in mid-July 2018. So according to his colleague, co-worker framework, experts who are present in that forum strongly agree that and also believe that artificial intelligence enhance the future pharmacy students' competency and the skills. So that's what the entire article was talking about. So in addition to that, AID, Artificial Intelligence in Education, a separate corporation, they also given us a report on 2017. So this report, published by OECD, association with the Program Development of International Adult Assessment Competency, otherwise known as PIAAC, also IBM Leaderboard survey revealed that more than 50% of the higher education adults opt artificial intelligence in their learning practice. And also they reveal that artificial intelligence should be getting into deeper self-learning practice. Previously, I hope you all heard about this term self-learning practice by the students. Once the artificial intelligence are in place, then the learning practice would become deeper self-learning practice. Then obviously, it is true that artificial intelligence shine on student education and the learning practice. See, what is a major impact we can expect on our educational practice or higher education? See, according to this agency report, Artificial Intelligence in Education report, when we implement artificial intelligence in education 4.0 or future education, that definitely going to create an impact with your goals and practice and environment of higher educations. So how it is going to create an impact? For example, in goal, right? Previously, what is our goal was to create a workforce expert. Expert here, workforce expert is our product, our student. But when we implement artificial intelligence, this workforce expert are to become adaptive expert, meaning that so they, during their learning process, during their 4 years of study in undergraduate B pharmacy level, so they will take up all the skills, adaptive skills, which is actually given by artificial intelligence as well as human lecturer. So then once they are at the end of the day or at the end of the program, so they are the adaptive expert. They can adapt in anywhere and everywhere in the world. So that is the meaning. So the practices previously the interactive. Now once the AI is implemented, the higher education practice would become experiential teaching and learning using various artificial intelligence tools. Then the environment, formal classroom environment, it's going to become informal and the workplace learning environment. So the goals and practices and environmental changes, naturally the work pattern of the mentors or work pattern of us definitely will going to change. So we are going to be a lecturer to mentor. So meaning that we need to support more than merely domain knowledge of the students, including their lifelong skills. In order to do that, we need to leave our comfort zone. So our comfort zone right now is conventional classroom teaching practice to meet future learners' requirements. Also, we are going to do little bit deviate from the textbook problems to shift towards their career-oriented problems or industry-related problems. This is our future practice is going to implement in our higher education. So finally, we are going to train our future education students or Edu 4.0 students for a lifelong skills, including their soft skills. So coming to application of artificial intelligence in pharmacy education, the first and foremost application is ITS, Intelligence Tutoring System. So actually this is a very smart tutoring system embedded with artificial intelligence, which assists students as well as lecturers. Let's see how it works. So it works on different tree model algorithm. So first it's work on basic model. So that means this model, when the students are opt this model, this AI prepare the students to acquire the concept of the topic. For example, we are going to teach pharmacodynamics or pharmacokinetics or any type of topic. So that actually first point, this AI will prepare the students to acquire the concept first. Then further, when started they are acquiring the concept of this topic, it take the data from the students, then it analyze the data, then it will give you a model or pattern. That model definitely going to assess student as well as lecturer how to plan for their pedagogy or how to plan for their lecture. The last one is an advanced learner model, right? Here, based on your learning practice by using AI, it will adjust. So actually, again, tailor-made practice here. That's what I mentioned in my previous slide. So this will identify individual students' requirement. Accordingly, the machine will learn, and it will come up with an algorithm that will teach individually, student to student, meaning that precision education or tailor-made education, the right word I can put it here. The second potential application of AI in education is virtual engagement. So this is again an interesting technology, a novel instructive experience which reinforces lesson as well as learning assessment in students. To put in clear perspective, if students want to experience how drug receptor complex works in 2D or 3D dimensional modeling, so this technology enabled to manipulate the way they want to learn as well as the way they want to acquire knowledge on drug receptor complex. I would like to say something here. It is not only this technology is applicable to pharmacology. Because I'm a pharmacology man, I'm more talking about pharmacology. It is also equally applicable to all core pharmacy subjects, including medicinal chemistry, pharmacy practice, pharmaceutics, all biotechnology, pharmaceutical biotechnology, and phytochemistry or pharmacognosy as well. All right. I think I'm not boring you.
No, sir, it's certainly very interesting.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Anbu. Okay, next coming to artificial intelligence in pharmaceutical research and discovery. I think this is a very interesting topic. Then education. Um, we are certainly living in the area of Industry 4.0. Indian giant pharmaceutical companies already started adopting this artificial technology. I hope you all are aware that. So they started adopting this AI tools in their workforce for drug discovery. So they're using various technologies like big data analysis, machine learning, natural language processing, and machine vision. So these technologies are already in force in Indian giant pharmaceutical companies. So it's not only in India, across the world, the many giant pharmaceutical companies are practicing this. So mainly this data work on algorithms is designed to evaluate and make a prediction for new use of conventional drugs. For example, if you capture large number of data on existing drug molecule, and if you feed the data on a machine, artificial intelligence enabled machine, so that will take all the data that will predict the data. For example, your objective is to repurposing of drug molecule. So it will give you output whether the molecule can be reperfused or not. Or if your reperfusion is okay, if you reperfuse it, what is the end? Whether it's going to be a new use for that already existing molecule. So this is what AI will play a major role in. This is how the AI will play a major role in drug discovery process. So through this acceleration of drug discovery is going to take place, or drug development functions, including regulatory. So the advantages, if you see in artificial intelligence in drug discovery, it's certainly going to cut the timeline. See, conventionally for drug discovery, it takes a very long road gap. When you implement artificial intelligence, definitely it is going to cut short the the timeline. So here, when you enable artificial intelligence, it will give you one prediction. Based on the prediction, you need not to go for many preclinical testing. So that will give you with prediction will give you one particular screening you need to do. Then that will, you have to do that screening, then followed by you can take the molecule for other drug discovery step. So that's what it's going to do. It's not only to cut short the time, also it's going to cut the cost of the industries, pharmaceutical industries, right? Okay, this is an interesting one. This is the latest data recently published in the year 2019 by Lamberti et al. In Clinical Therapeutics. And this work was conducted by two experts in Tufts Center for Drug Discovery in US in association with Drug Information Association. Right, what they did was they have conducted a survey in top giant pharmaceutical companies, and those pharmaceutical companies are spending huge amount of money for drug discovery. So they are spending actually, they have identified such type of companies in between, the annual budget for drug discovery is 100 million to 1 billion, which is a very huge money. So they have identified 8 pharmaceutical companies, if I'm not wrong, Johnson & Johnson, EMEC, and Sanofi, Novartis, these giant Pfizer, including Pfizer, these companies are identified the top 8 EMEC. So these companies are, identified, and their employees, right? Employees, drug screening specialist or scientist, and those employees are associated with artificial intelligence groups. So they were all given a set of survey questions regarding the maturity of the drug discovery in artificial intelligence agents. As you can see here, the bar chart in down, there is various parameters, predictors they have checked with the survey questions. So those are the maturity of AI in drug discovery, regulatory process, clinical operations, pharmacovigilance, and the supply chain thing. So what they found was, and based on the survey questions, they have ranked it, right? So based on the survey question, they ranked all the criteria. What they found was only 2 criteria, like drug discovery in artificial intelligence ages, as well as supply chain and pharmacovigilance. These 3 criteria are just pass the test. So others are, what happened was, in immature stage in industry. So this clearly indicates, so as an educator, we need not to very long way to go to adapt artificial intelligence in in our higher education system. But however, in other, the same paper has discussed about what are uh, uh, the role of artificial intelligence in drug discovery inventions. And again, as you can see here, various organizations are participated. The number of the organization currently using AI-enabled innovation is very less than the companies who are all piloting right now or planning to opt artificial intelligence in their drug discovery process. So, and a few companies, top companies, are now considering, right? They are actually, going to opt artificial intelligence in innovation. Also, I want to highlight that some key innovative areas companies are really working in. So those key areas are given here in the table very clearly. So this may help us to, right, to add a flavor when really we are thinking about to changing our curriculum or to modifying our curriculum slight little bit with AI, artificial intelligence flavors. So those areas are clinical patient selection and recruiting. This is going to be an interesting one. So future clinical practice in clinical trials, AI is going to play a major significant role. It's not only in clinical trial, as you can see here, target identification pipelines, drug repurposing, right? And generation of small molecule leads, all are depends on or rely on artificial intelligence innovation. Coming to implementation, right? A number of implementation has been taken place so far in industries, right? For example, AI-enabled enhanced literature research. Many companies are, started doing it already. So they are capturing the data, they are identifying the gaps, right? And, they are directing the artificial intelligence to give or to predict a correct result so that they can do a wonderful research by bypassing various timelines. And the second one is the clinical trials. This I have already talked about earlier. Patient selection and recruiting definitely rely on artificial intelligence and the generation of small molecule leads, reinforcement learning, right? So this is not only is going to helpful in industries, this is also is going to helpful in our academics. So we have been practicing in silico, right? So when we embed artificial intelligence in silico, that will give you very good, very exact prediction of drug repurposing. Also, it's going to implement in disease target identification pipelines, various diseases, including cancer biology, neurobiology, right? And pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance, because they are what experts are drug safety officers, they usually generate a lot of data, individual case safety data, so related to pharmacotherapy or side effect of the drugs. So that is again, is going to be a booming field, pharmacovigilance with artificial intelligence. There actually artificial intelligence will capture all individual case report safety data, then that will predict you exactly whether the molecule will, after getting into the market, will do any unwanted side effects or some event will occur or not. So these are all the few implementations of AI in key research areas of pharmacy. So what are the challenges? We should not forget about these challenges once we implement or when we are ready to implement the AI shift. So mainly the challenges are workforce challenges. So definitely we require new skills and new competency as educators. So unlike a conventional practice, we need to acquire various competency, various skills in order to meet AI-enabled challenge. And the second one is a skill training for new challenging workforce. Definitely we need a training, right? Because it's a new concept, right? So every staff who are involved in our pharmacy, higher education, pharmacy, education, teaching, definitely they need a training session, different training session in order to hands-on with artificial intelligence shift. Then the third challenge here is, again, is a very important challenge, capturing previous data and untapped information access. So because as you all aware, data privacy is very important worldwide. So Personal Data Protection Act. So all the data comes under the security under the Personal Data Protection Act. So the major challenges are here, the old data lying out there, whether we can able to capture the data properly, right, without any issue, including the Excel sheet or social media or literature data. So this is going to be a big challenges for the researchers. We'll see how it's going to work. So data privacy is a big issue, unless until the service provider access you to access the data, we cannot access any lying data for analysis with the help of artificial intelligence. The last one is knowledge embodiment. So there is also unsure. Only if it is implemented in higher education, then only we can know by trial and error method whether definitely some solid knowledge embodied in implementation of artificial intelligence in our pharmacy education. I would like to conclude my session. Don't assume much. These all are common misconception. Artificial intelligence replacing human as prosaic, meaning that is unimaginative right now. Don't worry about it. Artificial intelligence driven edutech aids definitely human educators and learners, definitely is going to augment and thereby the efficiency is enhanced in our education practice. Adopting artificial intelligence or adding artificial intelligence flavor in our existing curriculum enhance collaborative and experiential learning in pharmacy students. Implementing AI in pharmacy education definitely going to create a positive impact on administration process to academic process. So administration process here, for example, when we are recruiting students for our B.Pharm course, that's again administration starts. Then when we are welcoming the students on board for first year, then they are, you're educating an entire 4 year. At the end of the year, in the process, end. So during this process, how we are going to capture all the data, how we are going to analyze the data with the help of AI, then how we are going to create a trend or model in our pharmacy education. So my take-home message to all the lecturers, so, we have to have, a positive attitude when this AI comes in force in future. We have to adapt the child, right? And we have to start practicing it. That's it. So it's all up to us, our mind, whether we stay in line or to move outside the lane to gather new change in artificial intelligence in higher education. So with this, a small insights, let me conclude my talk. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything, by George Bernard Shaw. Thank you so much for patient hearing. And thank you so much once again for inviting me for this webinar. And if you have any session, I think I pass on to Ms. Hajira Banu to take care of the session. If you have any questions, I'm free to take all your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an interesting and an informative session. Now, I would like to tell the participants that the session is open for questions. If you have any questions, you can either post it in the chat box or even unmute your mics and ask questions with the speaker directly.
Sir, this Dr. Anbu.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Question. Actually, what is the difference in the knowledge transfer when we use artificial intelligence in classroom settings, sir?
Oh, that's a very good question. Very good question. Okay. That's what I have given in my challenges slide. The last point, knowledge embodiment. That means, see, when we teach, the knowledge transfer to the students is entirely different than when artificial intelligence assists students, right? So this is called a knowledge embodiment. But human knowledge embodiment is well versed, right? No one can deny the fact that because we have been practicing this many centuries. But when we implement this artificial intelligence, how it's going to change in terms of knowledge transfer from machine to human, that's a big question. That's a big question. So no one can study it so far except a few organizations in US. They have studied the technology. For example, if I'm not wrong, China has introduced a robot healthcare workers, healthcare workers in the reception. So also some dual language artificial intelligence software. So because Chinese, they want to transcribe different things, they actually developed some type of technologies. So for those two technologies, they did knowledge transfer. How exactly it works, whether human being can capable of able to capture the technology, as like how other humans are transferring the knowledge. So what they found out was their results was not that much good. So always human, when we transferring knowledge to students, that is entirely different than artificial intelligence, transferring. So this is actually once it's implemented in our education system, definitely we can conduct a research. Only we can do, trial and error method we can do. Then only we can see whether the implementing artificial intelligence in our education can impact our in terms of knowledge transfer. That's a very good, very good
in classroom settings. You mean to say it will take a lot of time to adapt?
Yes. That's what I want to coin from my presentation. Yes, correct.
Yes, fine, sir. Thank you. So, any other questions from other participants?
Sir, I have one question. This is Dr. Kesha.
Sorry. Introduce, man.
Yeah, this is Dr. Kesha from Faculty of Pharmacy, Ramaiah University.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have one question. Does this artificial intelligence can change our teaching workforce?
Oh, no. That's what I was very clear in my previous presentation. Our workforce will not be replaced by artificial intelligence. Definitely, there will be a change, right? Artificial intelligence will, assist a human being, assist as well as students. For example, are you using, madam, can I ask you something? Are you using a learning management system in your university? Hello?
No, sir.
No, you are using. Okay, management, learning management or mock is something, technology platform. You can post your ideas, including your slides, your presentations, or the concept of the topics prior to your classroom lecture. That is a mock. Also, you can upload videos, different videos to the students. Sorry, different videos. different videos to the students so that students can see that all the material they can prepare before coming into the class, or they can also prepare after the class. So that is the idea of learning management module system. See,
so this
right
is very
now,
useful according to you.
yeah. Right now, what is the practice was just you can upload it. Student can visit the system, right? Every student can access the system. They can see the information, whatever the information we uploaded. So once this artificial intelligence are in place, what happened was artificial intelligence will capture all student learning. So whoever are visiting in the learning management system, so it's already is embedded in that learning management system. So it will capture automatically the student activities. Then it will put on in the loop, the algorithm loop. It will give you suggestion to the lecturers. So these students are, so maybe we can, if you categorize the students A, B, C, D, something like that, it will give you clear picture in terms of their learning practice, right? How lecturer we should plan. So this is what, how artificial intelligence assist lecturer as well as to assist the students. So that's in that perspective, it works. I'm very sure it won't replace workforce of human lecturer. I'm very sure. I strongly believe in that. I hope I have answered your question.
Okay.
Good
Thank
evening,
you,
sir.
Yes, please.
Myself, Smita Sara. I'm working as an assistant professor in JKK College of Pharmacy, Namakkal.
Oh, sure.
Sir, I have recently done a course in AI. So I understood that we cannot completely replace human this thing, but we should have knowledge on AI to make things easier for us.
That is the thing. That is correct. That is the thing.
So in colleges, in our education system, firstly, we can introduce this to get the data collection and segregating data, no, sir? How students' performance data, all those can be simplified using AI, right, sir?
Yes, correct. The process actually simplified. The process which I have already explained, from the recruitment to from our graduation. See, if you see, the lot of data we are generating from the recruitment to graduation. So all the data, if you subdivide it into two different clusters, one is an administration, another one is an academic data. This can be simplified with the help of artificial intelligence. Yeah, correct.
So other than education, means now you talked about the curriculum, including in the curriculum. Other than that, in drug discovery, it is important. Which are the other fields where AI can be used? Like I've learned that you can do disease prediction using the signs and symptoms.
Yeah. In medicine, a lot of scope, madam. In medicine, especially this scanning, visualization, CT scan or PET scan or MRI scan. But conventional practices, that scan will capture all the pictures, right? If something wrong in our viscera, right, it's completely scanned, then that will give you a film. So conventional practices, one super specialty doctors, right, who is specialized in radiology, they will see the picture, then they will, according to the picture, they will write their impression reports. But once the AIs are enabled in this mission, scanning machines, including CT scan and MRI, so it will capture the picture first, then we use this algorithm, it will predict you what exactly happen in that particular patient. So what happened was it will give you prediction results first before the physician checks the data.
Yeah, it will be easier for the physician to come to a conclusion.
Correct.
It's a very good topic anyway. I was also so interested in this. I did a course now. So in that we are learning about patterns and how to do the programming and all those things.
Yeah, good.
So how it will be useful in our field is a new thing. Now still it is it has to come, because people think that AI will completely remove the jobs of humans.
No, it's not like that. It's a
because human brain is required to make an AI software.
Definitely, I would agree with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was very enlightening class.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you.
We are open for some more questions. If any participants have any questions, they can ask.
Good evening, sir. This is Satya.
Hi, man.
I'm
Good
an
evening.
assistant professor, sir. Yes, sir. So
No, I can't hear
very
your
much
voice.
interested to
Sorry.
know.
Sorry. Am I audible? I can't hear your voice.
Can
Hello?
you now, sir? Is it audible?
Yeah. Is it audible? Yeah. Tell me, man.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am very much interested to know that we all are like very keen about introducing this AI to the curriculum, the pharmacy curriculum. But I would like to know that since you are exploring more about it, for us, artificial intelligence is something very attractive. But we have always underexplored it, so we are not very much thorough. And in fact, for me, this is the first time to know something about or get an insight of AI, and I'm very happy about it. Now, I would like to know that what would be the right time for students to get an insight into artificial intelligence? Because, for example, say I'm a UG teacher, undergraduate teacher, so I know first year or second year would be too early, or is it like they have to learn from the beginning? So what would be the right stage for students to have some insight into this AI, sir? Can you please talk about it?
Right time. But before answering your questions, I would like to say something. Currently, our curriculum is outcome-based curriculum. There is no doubt in that. Throughout the country, we are following only unified one curriculum. And again, all this curriculum practice comes under the scrutiny of our Pharmacy Council of India.
Yes.
If we want to add, I think we need to wait. We cannot kickstart unless the signal from our board or regulatory authorities, for example, Pharmacy Council of India, they can, I think, if everything in force, according to my view, Indian industry alliance are changing their workforce. I think 2025 or earlier, the workforce setup, the process setup is completely different in Indian big pharmaceutical companies. So, in order to meet, their challenges, to prepare our students, definitely we need to prepare our students. They should learn something about artificial intelligence in our education, but we should wait. See, as like you, I'm a lecturer like you. I'm also interested in artificial intelligence, and I'm also started, searching many journals. And luckily, I have one AI guy, engineering guy in my board. So he's also assisting me. Right now, actually, we are in premature stage. That's what I want to say now. But according to the apart from the curriculum knowledge, right now, there are, as Madam earlier said, she did some coursework. Some open universities in India as well as abroad, they are actually providing short courses on artificial intelligence, especially the Coursera. They have come up with a lot of future learn. These are all the platform they are having a lot of small courses on artificial. But the students should know the concept first. But incorporating AI related knowledge to which year is not in our hand. So that is actually, board has to decide. Definitely they will do it. They will call for a meet. They will, they will come up with a suggestion. They will invite various experts who are expert in artificial intelligence, as well as pharma educators, policy makers. So definitely they will invite before anything going to happen in our curriculum. But in my perspective, we do not to change completely our curriculum. So as such, our curriculum is an excellent curriculum, outcome-based curriculum. So it's all about how we are going to add a flavor in our curriculum. For example, before 1996, there were no concept of pharmacoeconomics or clinical pharmacy practice school. Right now, slowly we are revolving. We are included all type of concept in your curriculum. So when I was a student, I never studied complete concept of clinical pharmacist or pharmaceutical care, for example. No, but now entirely, scenario is different. Students are learning various aspects in line with, so that at the end of the day, the knowledge domain they acquired is different knowledge. They can also work in various workforces. So I'm sorry, I can't clearly answer your question, but still we can think of it. It's not, we need to put entire concept of AI. We can add some little flavor, related to industry needs. That definitely helpful to our pharmacy students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for answering. And I think the lot of students who are listening to this webinar now will have some idea about the artificial intelligence courses that are already available now, like the extra courses. I hope that they will make use of it.
Elective courses, they elective
yes,
courses.
Sir.
Definitely
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because even in our university, we are also taking some of the Coursera courses. Actually, even faculty members, we are taking the courses from there. So I think students will get that enlightenment of making a proper use of it, sir. Thank you very much. It was very precise and very enlightening session, sir. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, coming to the end of the session, I would like to call upon Dr. J. Anbu, Professor, Department of Pharmacology, to propose the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, madam, and thank you, Dr. Nazeer.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, yeah, actually, now distinguished dignitaries in the session and colleagues and other participants. Now we are marching into towards the end of the session or webinar, and it's my honor and privilege to conclude this session by extending a vote of thanks. And first of all, we are very much thankful to the management and the inspirational source at our humble Vice Chancellor Dr. Kadambi sir and at PVC Health Sciences Dr. Sundaresh for their continuous encouragement and support in conducting webinars. And on behalf of all the faculty members of Department of Pharmacology, I thank our Dean, Dr. V. Madhavan, for his all-round contribution to the Faculty of Pharmacy with his proactiveness and valuable guidance. And we are really fortunate to have an eminent speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed. In spite of his busy schedule, he agreed to deliver this talk, and we are very much thankful to you, sir. And in his discussions, he emphasized about use of artificial intelligence for disabled in future, and also higher education at landscape. And he differentiated current and future learners and artificial intelligence in education. And he mentioned about the applications of artificial intelligence in pharmacy education, and in implementation of artificial intelligence and key research areas, and also challenges in artificial intelligence shift. So only the few points I was able to capture from his session. And on behalf of the Department of Pharmacology, Faculty of Pharmacy, and all the participants, I profusely thank Dr. Haja Nazeer Ahmed for his thought-provoking speech. And I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Hajira, my assistant professor, and for delivering the welcoming remarks to this auspicious occasion. And I would also like to convey my sincere appreciation to Mr. Damodar Nayak, assistant professor, and our department faculty members for their support and cooperation and throughout the process and arrangement to successfully conduct this webinar. And on my personal behalf and on behalf of Department of Pharmacology, Faculty of Pharmacy, I profusely thank all the participants for their active participation, support, and presence in making this program a noteworthy success. Thank you, one and all. And with this, I will conclude this session. So I thank you, one and all. And I hand over the session to Hajira again.
Thank you, sir. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for your active participation in the webinar and making it a success. After this session, participants would be receiving a feedback link, and once when the feedback is answered, the certificates would be sent to your registered mail ID. Once again, thank you so much for your participation. Wishing you all a very wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nazeer, and I'll contact you soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Take care.